Okay. We're ready. Nope.
Hey, Bill. I'll do the reading today if you want to do the follow.
Okay.
Good to
All
go.
right. Thank you, Lisa. Good afternoon, everybody. Go ahead, Sean.
Lisa's going to share her screen for us today.
Good. Okay.
I have too much going on. I'm afraid I might not be able to keep it straight.
And Lisa's on mute.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Okay, I call to order the meeting of the College Place Civil Service Commission on 9 September 2021. Roll call.
Bill Kelly here.
Roger Maidman here.
Joanne Wiggins here.
I'm Sean Doring, Civil Service Secretary. And we have Chief Troy Tamaris with us today as well, Tamaris.
Thank you. On to the consent agenda. Everybody get a chance to look at it? Shall we approve it?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm with Bill.
Well, the print, okay, yeah, the printout, right.
The one
Thank
thing I
you.
noticed is that the payroll from August 2021 wasn't there. I think I sent you a note, Sean, but it was late.
Oh, I didn't realize that you didn't see that it was there. It's there. It's just you have to be logged in to see it.
Well, I saw everything else anyway. Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
A motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes the agenda of September 9, 2021, the minutes from August 12th, 2021, and payroll from August 2021.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Consent agenda is approved. Okay, regular agenda. The resignation of Sergeant Alan Parker. Sean, you can tell us.
Okay, I just wanted everybody to be aware that one of our sergeants, Sergeant Alan Parker, as you can see there, has accepted a position with a different city. It was fairly short notice, and so his last day was on August 31st. So now instead of having one sergeant position open, we will have two positions open. So that will lead us into, unless anybody has any questions on that, that will lead us into our next item.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, so for this one, I just invited Chief Tamaris here to talk a little bit about the testing process and answer any questions that any of you may have.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Just really quick to the committee, I just wanted to, obviously we have two positions coming open. Sergeant Benfield will be retiring in March. He is made that known to us, and we appreciate the heads up on that so that we can properly plan. So that's why we're here. And with Sergeant Parker leaving, we have now two vacancies to promote. And we're really excited about that. We feel like we have a great work group with strong organizational culture. So we want to promote from within to continue that organizational culture and continue to build our agency. So that's what we're wanting to do.
Okay. Any questions?
Do we have people, Bill Kelly, we have people currently at this time that have the time and grade or service that will meet this qualification?
We do. Yep. Yep. The current qualifications are 4 or more years, and we have several that fit that criteria. And right now we have 4 people who have are currently seeking the promotion, 4 candidates.
Okay. This is an aside, but if we didn't have people who wanted to apply or whatever? Sean, maybe this is for you. What would we do in that case?
Well, we would have to advertise outside to see,
Right.
to try to find, to fill the positions.
I don't know. And Bill or Roger, you probably know, is this a coveted job so that the good culture you have, Chief, will there be enough competition and enough, that it may cause problems with the folks who don't get it?
No. I'm highly confident in the 4 individuals who have applied for this position. And I also have been involved in the testing process when I was with the State Patrol, and I have a lot of confidence in that process to establish a qualified list.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, we're going to hire 2, so you got a 50% chance at this point, right? But I do believe we have candidates that will be able to step up and fill those positions and excel in those positions.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just curious whether we ever have outside people who apply, or is this something that we hold it until there are internal candidates? It seems like it's got a position that you'd want to promote from within, but time will come.
Depends as an organization. I know that in the past, we didn't have enough qualified applicants. So that's how we got Sergeant Parker. He came up here from Milton Freewater. So
Oh, right. Okay.
It really depends on what's occurring in your organization at the time. And right now we're fully staffed. Well, with the exception of Sergeant Parker leaving, we've been fully staffed for the first time in 4.5 years that I've been here. And we're at a position right now where we can promote from within. And we also have a qualified workforce that is eligible to promote from within, is ready to promote from within. And that's what we'd like to do.
That's excellent. Okay. Any other questions?
And I'd like to add, in times past, sorry, I think I interrupted somebody. We haven't had a lot of interest when we've advertised to the outside. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I think that we should feel fortunate that we have candidates from within, that we know there, and that Troy feels, or Chief Tamaris feels confident, that they could do the job.
That's great. That's wonderful that we're at that level now.
With the promotion of 2 sergeants, is that going to open up 2 patrolmen's positions?
It's going to open up 1 because we're currently in the process of hiring a lateral officer off of our existing list. So if he is successful, and I'm assuming he will be, if he's successful in the hiring process, which he's in, then we'll have 1 position open, and we're also asking to fill that position at this time as well. I'm sure Sean will get that here in a second.
That was my question.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
All right, Lisa, let's go on to the next one. This actually is just more of the same, just to approve the testing process. And a little bit about the testing process. Troy can jump in if he'd like to. But we tentatively sent out a request to the officers to see if there was interest. And like he said, we had 4 individuals submit their intent to apply once we opened it up. So we have outlined how we will do the testing. First, they will submit a resume and a letter of interest and make it official. And then, like we've talked about before, we've contracted with public safety testing to assist us with the testing. They have developed a written test for us that the candidates will take on September 27th. Prior to both the written test and the assessment center, public safety testing will hold a Zoom presentation to the candidates to outline, the test and answer any questions. I believe they said that will be recorded for the candidates as well. And then on October 19th, we here will administer the written test out at the gun range. It's a paper test. So once the test is done, we send that back to public safety testing and they score it for us. And then the very next day, we'll move on to the assessment centers, which will be an all-day process. The chief has assessors lined out. He can go over, from several different agencies. And then once we're done, the written test will make up 25% of the total score, and the assessment center 75%. With 4 candidates, 3 is, we use the rule of 3 here. So the top 3 will be sent to the chief for chief's interviews, and then he will make a decision from there. Do you have
So I
anything
saw,
to add, Chief?
Roger's reaction to the gun range. And Roger, if you don't know, we have a classroom out there now. We've acquired an old portable from the school district, and we refurbished it, and it's a very nice facility.
Okay, do you have power out there yet?
We do.
Do you have sewer out there yet?
We have sewer out there, and we're in the process.
Bathroom?
Oh my.
Yeah, I saw your head spinning there, so I thought you'd appreciate that. I know how much work you've done out there in the past to bring us to that point, and we picked up the baton and we've carried it a little bit further forward. So we're excited.
Good.
Yeah. So Sean did a really good job of explaining the process. Public safety testing has a group of individuals that do this full time, and they are really good at what they do. As I mentioned, I don't know, did I mention this in this meeting? Anyways, I've worked on promotional testing and doing job analysis for the testing, and they're doing all of that, and I'm very confident in what they're doing, and I think that we'll be able to have a good qualified list when they're done.
Very good.
Does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
So if there's no questions, then Lisa, if you'll go back to the motion.
okay,
Okay, motion to approve the 2021 Sergeant Promotional Testing Process and Presentation as presented. That's small print.
second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Passes. Thank you, Sean.
You okay?
No. Now, the lieutenant promotion, temporary.
All right. For civil service rule 4.0903, we can, as it says there, appointment temporary, a limited appointment for other than from an eligible register for the purpose of performing work belonging to the classified service. A reduction of a regular employee is not a temporary appointment. Temporary appointment includes an emergency appointment. So Troy has, excuse me, Chief Tamaris, sorry, Chief. Would like to promote Sergeant Bob Benfield to the position of lieutenant, and I will go ahead and let him give a little background and the reasoning for that.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, so with Bob retiring in March, and with 2 new sergeant positions coming in, I really need some help mentoring, preparing these individuals so they can hit the ground running. And I wanted to make sure that the individual providing that training is someone who has the authority to do that position. So it made sense to promote Bob to lieutenant so that they have a chain of command structure. We do have a field training outline for the sergeant position, and Bob will be giving FTO to each one of those sergeants, which is a big improvement because we did do that in the past when Sergeant Parker and Sergeant Benfield were promoted. They did not have that.
Okay.
So I think that having that lieutenant position and that authority will definitely benefit our organization and also the incoming sergeants.
Okay, so when Sergeant Benfield is out of that position and retires, then will there be another person going into that position again or not?
In the future.
Okay.
This is kind of our foot in the door. As you guys, Bill and Roger, you both know, there used to be a lieutenant position. We want to reestablish that. The funding's not there to do that full time right now. I do have a little extra money because of some vacancies to make this work temporarily. And it just seemed like everything was in alignment to do this. And I do think this will get our foot in the door for making that a permanent position in the future. That's definitely been my goal since I've been here.
Okay.
And if in the future we did do that, we would have to go through the civil service process of, testing and establishing an eligibility list.
Okay,
But since this is just a temporary thing, we feel like we could move forward without that.
okay.
This temporary lieutenant's position, does he still retain the civil service classification?
Does he? Isn't he? Well, he still has a sergeant here, but they're still at will, so he'd still be an at-will position.
He would still be classified under the civil service though. Troy, I think you're the only one that's not.
Okay. I'm lucky.
He would not be, he is not a union employee at this point, and he would still not be a union employee, but he would still fall under the civil service.
Okay.
It's actually a position that he serves at the pleasure of the chief of police.
So are there any more questions on that? No? Somebody want to make a motion?
I just
Motion
want to
to-
comment that council will also be approving this.
Okay,
We will
Okay.
be presenting it to council for them to,
Yeah.
approve, and we hope they will approve it. But we
Okay.
wanted to run it past you guys first.
Okay, so motion to approve promotion of Robert Benville to the position of lieutenant.
do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
aye. It passes, thank you. Onward and forward. Entry-level police officer testing. This is becoming a regular agenda item.
Mhm.
It is. So our current eligibility list for entry-level police officers will expire on November 12th. So it is probably time to start the process of pulling candidates that have passed through public safety testing and starting the process of the oral board interviews and establishing, getting ready to approve a new list so that when this one expires, we're ready to go. It seems
Yes.
like we've had a lot of movement lately, so we want to make sure that we have a list ready to go. So we'd just like your permission to go ahead. And Lisa, if you want to pop into the first one, yeah. And this is just the same document you've seen in the past. I didn't change anything on it. Once you approve the process, I go ahead and reach out to anybody who has taken the public safety testing and offer them the opportunity to apply for the position. And then once that deadline has passed, then we go straight into the oral board interviews from there. So.
Good. Do we have a motion?
Okay, motion to approve the testing process to establish a new continuous entry-level police officer eligibility list.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Passes, thank you.
And the next item is basically the same thing, except for lateral. As Chief Tamaris mentioned, we have started the process with the last candidate or eligible on our eligibility list for laterals. So that list is completely exhausted at this point. So we want to make sure that we have another list in place for any openings that we may have. This document is the same as last time. And just gives us permission to go and outlines how we'll run the testing for the laterals.
Do I have a motion or questions? Any questions? Have a motion.
Motion to approve the testing process to update the continuous lateral police officer eligibility list.
Is there a second?
Second.
In favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, it passes. Thank you. Any business for the good of the order?
I'll start. I just want to let you all know that I did register you all for the civil service conference that's coming up at the end of October, I think. Is that correct, or September?
September.
Okay. Anyway, so you will start, you will receive an email outlining, how to go ahead and log in for the conference. I will reach out as soon as I get my email so that I know that you all have gotten yours, because I don't know. I just want to make sure that you get the email. So I'll know once I've gotten mine that you should have yours. And then we can move forward from there if anybody has any questions. I think everybody was able to log in last year and it worked out. So
Yeah, it was very informative too. I enjoyed it.
yeah. So
Okay. Sean, you're awesome. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
okay, does anybody
Anything
else have
else?
anything? Sorry, I jumped right in there.
No, go ahead. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, Chief. Do we have a motion? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All
Okay.
right. Okay. Thank you,
everybody.
everybody. And have a good rest of the month. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right. Bye.